Hey, good morning everyone, and welcome to the PivotBoss Pre-Market Report for August 16th, 2016. I'm Frank Ochoa, aka PivotBoss. Here's a look at the daily time frame of the ES. Again, we talked about the 2188 half level being potentially important as it is the 50% expansion from Brexit key range. This is important. This is a level here that after seeing a straight on break and rally here from the top of the Brexit range, it really has continued onward until finding this 88 half high. Uh, so far, prices above that level have been offered, but really we've been in an uptrend and a quiet uptrending market. For the most part, it's summertime trading, so we're not seeing a whole lot here on a swing basis that offers great opportunities. There are individual stocks that are showing great opportunities, which we've been showing in the trading room. But in terms of the ES right now, there's nothing just that stands out on a higher time frame basis. It still is very strong. Pullbacks are still buying opportunities. And right now, if we do see a little bit of a failure to maintain acceptance above 88 half on this first pass, then any pullback again, perhaps into 58 half, could be a great buying opportunity for another round of strength. On an intraday basis, let's take a look. We just had a bunch of news come out and pass the wire. And overall, here it is. We've seen, again, early indications of what it looks like when you see a pullback. But again, these pullbacks haven't been very mature. Just one day pullbacks, and then the next day we're seeing more strength ahead. But right here, the previous session's close going offered. Into the previous week's close. We popped back into the previous session's close and again defended. That's usually a recipe for seeing further near-term weakness. Right here, here's 88 half. And you can see how price rallied into it, came back, attempted to hold above it and failed, and then it sealed those late bulls, and then we saw the weakness here from that level. So right now, seeing a little bit of signs of weakness off the 88 half with the natural LVN developing. I would say we could be looking at some sort of quiet trading range day where anything between 85s and 87s are likely defended back down. But again, you got to be very careful and safe with this because there has been a lack of volatility here lately, especially as we get deeper and later into the summer. Let's take a look here at crude oil. Here's crude. This is a daily time frame of crude. It's been relentless on the squeeze to the upside again. This was the pullback here where bears were supposed to take the ball and run with it, and instead, whenever we had the major sell-off here, these late sellers were trapped. We saw a massive short squeeze, and it has yet to stop. And our idea was that we were likely going to see a push into 45.60 to 45.88, and that was likely going to be the next sticking point for the market here. After taking value offered in the first period of time here in the middle of July, we're now seeing a retest of that zone. And oftentimes we can see what happens at this area, but there's not a lot of edge that comes with trading around composite VPOC. This could be an area where bears want to redefend and attempt to see another decline here. But I would say any pullback right into these previous highs will be very important for bulls to defend, about 43.50. That's going to be a spot that if we even do see a pullback to that area, bulls may want to defend that zone and look to squeeze across the range into the value high now. But anytime price goes from a rejection back to value, there's a couple of things that can happen. You can stick at value and just chomp around, very similar to what happened here, or you can see a pullback from that area that leads to a thrust through it. So there's a couple of things to watch out for, but again, very strong. It's hard to sell this right now, and any pullback, should it occur, could be a great opportunity for bulls to come in and defend and squeeze across the range. Let's take a look at an intraday time frame. Here we go. This is an intraday time frame right here where prices right now are trading around the 45.60 and 45.88 level. These are two of our composite VPOC levels, micro composite and composite VPOCs. And at the moment, we're seeing a lot of price trading around it. So that's exactly what we mentioned yesterday in our trading room. Look for price to rally into 45.60 and perhaps get stuck in the mud. If it goes up into 45.88, look for it to come back to 45.60 and perhaps chop back around. These are the same things we talked about in the trading room, and we're seeing a lot of that trading still continue to play out. So again, this is very similar to what usually happens when you're trading around VPOC, and that can be quite tricky and difficult. So you have to be very careful about playing the edges. Right now it's been so bullish, and you have a very clear uptrending channel that's developing. Pullbacks off the bottom of this channel are typically opportunities to buy it back up. All right, let's take a look now at gold futures. Here's a look. Basically, daily time frame of gold futures, you can see that prices still holding off of the 1362 half. That's very important. I talked about before how bears are coming in to defend that level on every attempt. That usually leads to a move across the range, and if it does, the safest bet here is to pick the ball back up 1306, 1310, and bring it back across the range. There are short-term selling opportunities. As a matter of fact, we've just seen it sell off about 10 handles right now after the news have come in. So we could be looking at further weakness here. Any push above 1365 could run the stops of these bears here. So it's not a guarantee that we come across the range just yet, but that's currently what is happening. Bears defending, but you know that with these bears, there are buy stops above, so keep that in mind. Let's take a look at the NQ lastly. Here's the NQ. This one again, the analysis really hasn't changed ever since price got above 4,600, which is we're just drifting higher. Drifting steadily higher. We've reached our 48.20 100% expansion target from the Brexit key range. And to put this in perspective, the ES is basically trading around its 50% expansion level and just reached it yesterday. So, you know, to keep these things compared to each other, you can see this is the Brexit range. The NQ has gone twice the distance right now that the ES has gone. That's how much stronger the NQ is right now. Again, any pullback is still a buying opportunity for another round of strength here as this thing continues to just drift higher. So looking at the intraday time frame for the NQ, again, the early sign is always what does price do at the previous session's close. Price going offered at the previous session's close. The retest also defended, and that could continue to be the case. You can see a natural LVN that's developing here off of the 48.27s. Price attempted to hold above that zone and took it offered here late in the session yesterday. So any rotations into that zone could still be a selling opportunity today in what could be either a digestion day or a pullback day ahead of the next continuation. All right, that's it for now. Let's see how this thing plays out the rest of the session. Good luck and trade well.